What we're going to do right now, we're going to move on to Jimmie Osborne, James Osborne Jr. Some folks will remember him being called the Kentucky folk singer. Born April 8th, 1923 on a farm near Winchester, Kentucky. Jimmie Osborne almost forgotten about today. And back between 1947 and 1955, Jimmie recorded 66 songs, 30 of which he wrote himself. Probably best remembered for his big hit recording of the death of little Kathy Fiscus. We're going to hear 3 Jimmie Osborne recordings that you very rarely ever hear anymore. The first one was recorded April 18th, 1949, came out on the King record label. This is called A Bundle of Kisses.
A bundle of kisses wrapped up in a package, all tied with pink ribbon, I'm mailing to you. When the postman delivers, please don't return it. It's straight from my heart, dear, meant only for you. Along with these kisses, I'm sending some loving, the old-fashioned kind, and I hope it will do. So, darling, accept them. Please don't reject them. These kisses and loving, they're special for you. Bundle of kisses wrapped up in a package, they're warm with affection just for you, my dear. When you are lonely, just think of me only, 'cause darling, I love you, I wish you were near. With the kisses and loving, I'm sending some hugging. Neath the stamp on this package, you'll find my heart. So keep them forever, destroy them never. I send them insured since we're so far apart.
A Bundle of Kisses. That is Jimmie Osborne, and that was written by Jimmie and Wayne Rainey, although Wayne Rainey wrote that under a pen name that he used for writing, Lois Mann. And Professor Clark and I were talking earlier about the name that Wayne Rainey wrote under, sometimes Lois Mann, and Bill seems to think that that might have been the maiden name of Wayne Rainey's wife. And so that's how that all came about. But that, in fact, was written by Jimmie Osborne and Wayne Rainey. Got a couple more from Jimmie coming up right here on the Road Gang's Country Music the way it used to was on WWL and KRVN. We've got to check Interscan weather right now. Bad weather out here on the interstates. And this will be the last time we take a look at this, because it is going to stay the same way next hour, I can guarantee you. On I-10, fog at Biloxi and Mobile. I-90, there is snow and gusty winds at La Crosse, gusty winds at Madison and Rockford, light snow and gusty winds in and around Chicago. We'll only mention Chicago this once. Just keep in mind you have light snow and gusty winds in and about Chicago. At South Bend, Indiana, winds gusting to 43. At Erie, Pennsylvania, rain and gusty winds only, Buffalo and Rochester. Albany, New York, with gusty winds and light freezing rain. Chicopee Falls in Massachusetts, reporting light freezing rain and fog. High 20, light rain at Jackson and Birmingham. 40, there's rain and gusty winds at Crossville and Knoxville. Rain and fog at Hickory, Winston-Salem, and Greensboro. Interstate 70, Indianapolis, reporting some gusty winds at the Baltimore-Washington area. There is light rain along with fog. I-80, gusty winds at Moline and South Bend. Light rain and gusty winds at Youngstown, DuBois, and Williamsport. Light rain at Teterboro. 94, snow and blowing snow, gusty winds at Eau Claire. Gusty winds at Madison. Snow and gusty winds at Milwaukee. Light snow, no snow, but gusty winds around Detroit, Michigan. They're at 41 degrees. 24, light rain at Chattanooga. 26, fog real thick around Greenville and Charleston. 74, gusty winds at Moline and Indianapolis. Peoria, Illinois, reporting light snow and gusty winds. 72, gusty winds at Springfield, Illinois. 78, rain and fog at Harrisburg and Allentown. Light rain around Newark, New Jersey. On 88, light freezing rain and gusty winds at Albany. Binghamton, New York, reporting rain and gusty winds. 64, light rain in Huntington. There's rain and gusty winds at Charleston. Interstate 93, fog at Concord. 91, light freezing rain and fog at Windsor Locks and Chicopee Falls. 89, fog at Concord. 83, rain and fog, Baltimore and Harrisburg. 85, there's fog, Anderson, Greenville, and Charlotte. Rain and fog at Greensboro, Raleigh, and Richmond. 79, rain and gusty winds, Charleston, Morgantown, and Erie. 69, Indianapolis and Fort Wayne, both reporting gusty winds. 59, rain at Birmingham and Chattanooga. 77, fog at Charlotte, light rain at Beckley and Parkersburg. There's rain and gusty winds on 77 at Charleston and Akron. 76, rain and winds at Akron and Youngstown. Fog at Middletown, light rain at Philadelphia. I-84, light freezing rain and fog at Windsor Locks. 55, rain at Macomb and Jackson. Gusty winds up at Springfield. 65, fog at Mobile. There's light rain, Birmingham and Huntsville. Gusty winds at Indianapolis and at Lafayette, Indiana. Light snow and gusty winds. 75, light rain at Chattanooga. Rain and winds at Knoxville. And then gusty winds, Detroit, Saginaw, Pellston, and Sault Ste. Marie. On 81, rain and winds at Knoxville. Light rain at Bristol and Roanoke. Fog at Martinsburg and Middletown. Rain and fog at Harrisburg. And at Watertown, New York, winds are gusting to 54. 87, fog at White Plains. Freezing rain and winds at Albany, New York. And finally, on 95, fog at Charleston. Rain and fog at Richmond and the Baltimore area. Light rain at Philadelphia, Newark, Teterboro, and then at Portland and Augusta, Maine, light freezing rain, and up at Bangor there is light snow. That's the bad weather east of the Mississippi River. On the interstate, you're with the Road Gang, country music the way it used to was. John Parker with you. Y'all was. This is program 188, hour number 1 here on WWL and KRVN. Back to Jimmie Osborne. And this is one of his Korean War era recordings. It's called Thank God for Victory in Korea. It was recorded October 2nd, 1950. Jimmie wrote this by himself. And you're going to hear some other voices on here, and I don't know who these other folks are. Maybe the Delmore brothers, maybe Wayne Rainey, or some of the other folks who were recording for King Records at that time. Maybe somebody will know about this. Let's take a listen to it.
Thank you, dear God, for victory in Korea. We're grateful that the battle's won. We give you the praise for victory in Korea. We thank you, dear God, for what you've done. Oh, the boys gave their lives, left their children and wives. They were willing to die for you and me. Night and day they did fight for the cause that is right, for America and its liberty. Thank you, dear God, for victory in Korea. We're grateful that the battle's won. We give you the praise for victory in Korea. We thank you, dear God, for what you've done. the sea. But the good Lord said, I will not let you down. He gave us tanks, planes, and guns, so America's fighting sons have old glory waving in Korea now. Thank you, dear God, for victory in Korea. We're grateful that the battle's won. We give you the praise for victory in Korea. We thank you, dear God, for what you've done. Kneel and pray that peace will come and stay, for this world, it is full of greed and hate. The aggressor's waiting there, but we can't stop him with a prayer, so let's talk to God before it is too late. Thank you, dear God, for victory in Korea. We're grateful that the battle's won. We give you the praise for victory in Korea. We thank you, dear God, for what you've done.
Thank God for victory in Korea. That is Jimmie Osborne, and let's do one more from that same Korean War era. This recorded October 11th, 1951. Jimmie wrote it. It's called The Voice of Free America.
The voice of free America, I am pleading now with you. Let's all shout the word of freedom throughout Europe and Asia too. There is no place like our nation, it is led by God's own hand. Let's defeat the aggressor and bring peace to every land. Oh, the voice of free America, it beams throughout the world. Tells the honest way of life to man and woman, boy and girl. Let's thank God for all our freedom. He's been good to you and me. Let's unite the willing nation and keep the whole world free. In Iran they're having trouble over oil, so we do here. Between Britain and Iran, the Russians interfere. On the other side, Korea is a sea of blood today. Send the voice of free America and get on your knees and pray. Oh, the voice of free America, it beams throughout the world. Tells the honest way of life to man and woman, boy and girl. Let's thank God for all our freedom. He's been good to you and me. Let's unite the willing nation and keep the whole world free. Sometimes I wonder what will happen if we go on at this pace. I feel sure there's just one answer. There will be no human race. The atom bomb will cause destruction. We can stop this with our prayers. Send the voice of free America to all nations everywhere. Oh, the voice of free America, it beams throughout the world. Tells the honest way of life to man and woman, boy and girl. Let's thank God for all our freedom. He's been good to you and me. Let's unite the willing nation and keep the whole world free.
Jimmie Osborne, the voice of free America, and we have a controversy, a dispute here amongst a couple of professors of musical knowledge. We mentioned that Professor Bill Clark over at Denton, Texas, had told us that going back to that song of Bundle of Kisses that I said was written by Jimmie Osborne and Lois Mann, Bill Clark had said that Lois Mann was a pen name used by Wayne Rainey. Now, Professor Jerry Cox in Chicago calls down, and he said he has to disagree with his colleague over in Texas. He said that he understood, as he recalled, Lois Mann was a pen name used by Sid Nathan, who was the owner of King Records. So we have a little controversy going there. We're going to have to get them together and solve that mystery. Report back to you 28 minutes away from 4 in the Central Time Zone. You're with the Road Gangs, country music the way it used to was. Sunday morning presentation here on WWL and KRVN. I'm John Parker. How y'all was?